Come on, let's go.
Okay. Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Delightful Dylan.
And welcome to yet another one of our world famous, proven to be world famous, drink-throughs. And yes, another one of our drink-throughs. That's right, where we don't walk through. We drink through an entire series of spirits. In this time, we're finally returning to cognac. Guys, it's been a minute since we've done some cognac.
It has not been a minute.
How long
been
is
a year?
Okay, it's been a year.
Is that why this glass is so dirty?
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say my glass looks a little dusty.
I did not clean these.
You were supposed to clean them. I'm gonna clean mine out a little bit just to make sure it's fresh and clean.
So fresh and so clean?
Yes. So what do we have here today? Guys, we've reviewed some Hennessey in the past. Henny, or Heem, as the kids.
Team Heem.
As they refer to it these days, as the kids. But this is kind of the nerds version of Hennessey, would you say, Dylan?
Yeah, it's to showcase what a master blender can do. Yes.
Yes, so this is the Hennessey Master Blender lineup. We've got batch 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're gonna kick things off with batch 1. All right, guys, batch 1. We only have a little bottle because by the time we realized we wanted to do this, I think this was all you could find, right?
Yeah.
And you overpaid for this, I think?
No, actually.
Oh, you didn't?
I paid, I think, $60 for it. So I bought 2 of them to compensate.
Because you like to compensate. But what is the going price for the full bottles?
Oh, actually, I don't know. Let's see.
We'll cut that out. You can pretend like you know. Well, I'm going to show this in the video here so we can get a look at the bottle. Master Blenders, selection number 1, 43% cognac. This unique cognac was crafted as a single batch by Jan Filot, 7th generation master blender using hand-selected eau de vie. And you can see the cool looking bottle there.
Yes, yeah, so that small bottle right there, right now, you can get it for a low price of $400 to $1,000. And that's the $375. That's
wait, so what did you pay?
$60.
Well done, Dylan.
So $400 to $1,000 for the small bottle.
I feel so honored to be drinking this.
No, I'm excited. And you know what? I want to take this time to do a straight talk with Dylan. I just want to say, look at Dutch is all mad because he has to edit more. That's fine. I want special effects. Can you have like TIE fighters going? All right, look. You know, there was a comment about how, you know, somebody tried the Louis the 13th and thought that there was no way that a Hennessey XO or a Hennessey XXO or Hennessey like special edition, whatever, you know, it couldn't compete. Completely disagree. First of all, it is not worth, no spirit is worth more than like $300. Okay, I don't think we've ever had anything that is beyond, well, no, actually, no. I have had spirits that were in the tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, like the cost of a house. We, Dutch and I had a 43-year-old Macallan. I mean, like I've had 30-year-old Macallan. Still not worth all that. And I would say Hennessey XO, I think it holds up. And so I think they do a good job. They actually do a good job. And yes, I have tried the Louis the 13th, and I still stand by that statement. So there you go. Anyway, it upsets me when they go, oh, you know, like there's no way that blah blah blah. Like, yeah, you're gonna pay $4,000 really? Yeah, is it gonna be really $4,000? Give me a break. Oh, there you go.
Can we try this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Let's get to drinking.
Let's smell it. Let's just talk about the nose.
Woo.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let me ask. You've had the regular, like VSOP, you know, XO, XXO, the special like the
XXO.
XX,
Triple X,
triple
oh.
X.
No. It's a real thing, by the way. I'm not joking. It's an XO. You
pure
haven't
white?
tried the XSO? XSO is the one that was travel exclusive.
Oh, the nose is brilliant. Mm-hmm. Really enjoying it. It's bright,
There's a balance. There's a balance here.
fruity.
Enough
A
fruit.
little bit of ethanol. A little bit.
Not that much.
Not much.
Enjoying it a lot.
Oh,
Dude, I'm getting like a lot of the molasses now coming through.
Dutch.
Are you on the palate?
Yeah.
Oh, let me taste.
sorry. Yeah.
Let me taste.
Dutch, we've had this before. Not in a cognac.
In a rum.
No, in a sherry finish, sherry aged scotch.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah, this is
In a rum, dude.
100%.
yeah, it's like the finish of a Macallan or a Glendronach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of like a really purely sherry aged scotch.
I think if you had this, I mean, there's definitely like that grape component that gives it away that this is a cognac. But
Yeah.
if you blinded this and you tried it with, let's say, the Glenmorangie 18 from the 1990s, or if you had it with Macallan, like the 43-year or the 30-year, you get just the sherry. Oh, you get that.
No, but what I think you could do is you could take a non-sherry aged scotch and add some of this and make it taste like a sherry aged scotch. Because this is, I mean, it's.
But you know what I like about this?
fantastic.
I love this because it's very clean.
Oh,
It's crisp.
Yeah.
It's
it's bright,
yeah. There's no.
fruity,
Sometimes
no
cognac.
burn.
Yeah. Sometimes what I don't like in some cognacs is like there's a weird chemical component to it, and I've seen it, and you can kind of get that in VSOP. I've recently had Frappin.
Frappin?
Frappin.
I don't know
No,
French.
it is. Some people call it that. Some people, whatever.
Frappin?
Yeah. No, you're right. But in any case, I've had the XO. I have had the limited edition aged ones and things like that. You get
This is crushable.
you get
as the kids say.
you get something
Wow.
that
All these new terms.
that's a weird
Crush
that
this
has
bottle.
a weird tinge to it. This
believe
doesn't
it's
have any of
fire.
that. This has nothing. This has none of that.
Totes? What is it?
It's fire, dude. That's what they're saying today.
All right, well, as good as this is, guys, we got 3 more to get through. Why don't we move on to batch number 2? All right, guys, number 2. It's in a bag. As you can see, it's got all the info
I
there.
brought the bag.
The bag. Get the bottle out. Oh, God. Look at that. That was awesome. So, selection number 2 is a personal creation, never replicated. This unique cognac was crafted as a single batch from Jan Philo, 7th generation master blender using hand-selected eau de vie. That's exactly what the first batch said, so I'm not going to read the next one. But this one kind of has a yellowish motif. We're also here at 43% alcohol. Take a quick look at the back. This is a full-size 750 milliliter bottle. Dylan, number 2, any word on this, or is this just as expensive? This was from 2017.
Yeah, it's still in the $400-500 price range.
Ooh, man.
Wow, I did not realize
Making
that
a
these
killing.
collector items that Dylan is sharing with us. So thank you, Dylan.
I know,
know.
you're opening my
You know.
collector's item.
That's how I roll. I'm gonna spill some on the table right now too, probably.
Oh, he didn't.
Not a drop spilled. Don't worry, there's time yet.
Just one drop.
I spilled a little bit.
Oh,
Sorry.
more than one drop.
It's like $20 right there.
Oh, so I didn't spill
Yeah,
that.
you
No, you
spilled
did.
it right there. Sorry. Trying to hide it.
Dylan,
You trying to hide it.
would you like to pour the next one?
No.
All right, so batch number 2, guys. Let me wipe up some of my spillage here. Yeah,
Oh.
it was a lot of spillage.
Oh, whoa.
Is the nose different?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really different.
Let's see.
Wow.
More citrusy to me.
Yes. It's
Right.
brighter.
Brighter.
Right, fruitier?
Even brighter. Yeah.
Citrusy
The
tropic,
first one,
dude.
I would say the
Tropical
first one, definitely more traditional.
A little darker.
Right.
Yeah. This is a little brighter, a little more citrus. I would agree with that, yeah.
fruit. I'm getting bananas.
Is this like Courvoisier? It's more
Courvoisier.
Courvoisier, Frappin, Douce.
Wow, it's very different on the palate.
Yeah.
Very
It's
different.
much more at the top of
It's
the palate.
back to it.
Brighter.
Yeah.
Even the mouthfeel is different.
Mouth
Yeah.
feels different. The finish, though, man. The finish is different.
Finish is great.
This tastes a little thinner to me. I think I prefer batch 1 to this.
Yeah,
personally.
batch 1 is, I think, more traditional.
More traditional,
I think
richer. This is more of an expose on citrus and like bright fruit, but the finish it's so much shorter.
Yeah.
This is what I tasted in the frappant.
Okay.
I like the non-XO ones.
I mean, it's very good.
This is the stuff that I tasted in.
Martell.
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, to a degree. This is what I taste in like.
It's
very bright. I think very bright.
I think it is still syrupy to me.
This is like a chocolate orange.
You know what I like about this?
There's a
though?
touch of the dark fruit at the end.
You know, the thing I like about
still
this
plum.
is that it's still they were able to blend out the weird synthetic stuff that I hate about like
Cognac.
not like cognac that's not blended well or not aged appropriately. The ones that like it's designed to mix, those things have this weird tinge.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the stuff I could see this in like the younger ones, but then it doesn't have that synthetic flavor. So I like it.
Better than batch 1? I think I'm still.
No,
a
I
fan
think
of
batch 1.
Batch 1
I'm
is
with you on
great.
that.
I would say this is okay, but batch 1
This is definitely an experiment.
phenomenal.
I think they also missed the mark on some things, though. Right?
Yeah, I feel like if you take this as a core, this is
Right.
let's shift and focus on the fruits, specifically the citrus fruits.
Right. They added the citrus, but then they took away some of the
Little bit of the dark
elevation of it.
fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still very enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Still
great.
excellent.
Just nitpicking.
All right, guys, we got 2 more to get through. Let's jump to number 3. All right, pass on down batch 3. I think the language is going to be exactly the same on this.
And it is.
Yeah, pretty much. 8th generation master blender. Is that what they all say? Oh, so it's a little bit different now. I'm confused. Oh, so this is by the Sun. So this is by Renault.
Oh.
So a unique cognac issued from a single batch and crafted through a handcraft curated selection process. The first creation of Renaud, R-E-N-A-U-D, Renaud, Filou de Gironde, 8th generation master blender. And we've kind of got a olive green motif on this one. Number 3, as you can see there. There's the back. And then on the tax strip kind of label here, you can see it says 2018 right there, batch 3, bottle number, and all that stuff. So, all right. Cool. We got a different master blender now. The Sun. Can the Sun
live up to
Can Luke surpass
father's
Anakin?
expectations?
Dylan, this bottle,
Luke
is
did
this just as expensive? Batch 3?
That's a good question.
I just like to know how much I'm spilling. I shouldn't laugh
Of
about
Dylan's
that.
bottle.
But I mean, I know I spill all the time no matter what, so. Don't let him see.
This one's cheaper.
They saw. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it's the Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Sun.
Still get it for
Dude, this is a lot cheaper.
Still get it for $100.
Still for
That's
100? Okay.
cheap. A third of the price.
Yeah.
Wow, $100 is cheap for jewels, guys.
Let's see.
Well, compared to everything else, dude.
All right, guys.
400 for a small.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's just because it's the old one.
Yeah, of course.
All right, how's the nose?
Oh.
We're
Are
going.
you getting a little bit of that smoky?
Yeah,
It's
there's
slightly
a peat
smoky?
thing.
No,
I think it's peat.
It's not peat, dude. It's not peat.
but we're going back into the dark fruit here.
Yeah.
I think we're heading away from the citrus, back into the plum. A little bit more ethanol.
No, it's an ethanol hit is what I'm getting.
Yeah. So the alcohol is really coming through on
Yeah,
this,
that's what it is.
on the nose.
It's skewed
it's
toward
a lot better.
sweetness. It's a lot sweeter than I think this is. The number 1, I thought it was rich, right? And you know, the last time I had something like that was not a Hennessey, like XO or a Hennessey version, was the, I told you guys the Hein cigar. Do you remember that? The cigar blend? It had the cigar blend.
Well, let's see. I'm curious. I think as it warms up, it might the alcohol might mellow
No, man, it's burning the nose hairs.
a little bit.
Courvoisier.
I don't know. I kind of like how punchy it is in some ways.
Well, because it's still also bright. I mean,
cognac
once you
part.
break through like the ethanol, at least for me, it's still bright.
A lot of fruit coming through.
Yeah.
But it is, the flavors feel a little muted compared to the other two.
I think it's a little bit more shallow,
Yeah.
less depth.
Muted.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying,
muted.
yeah.
Oh man,
All right, how's the
burn
palate?
it burns.
It's really sweet, but
Mellow.
not my favorite.
I think there's a sour thing happening for me.
It's a little more tropical.
I feel like number 2 at least really tried to accentuate the citrus or like the fruit flavors, whereas the first one was, it's like
More traditional.
yeah, it's more traditional. They took like the jam components and they took like the best of the jams.
This one's
and they just put it together.
This one's like a more drinkable. It's like it's just a little bit. Everything's turned down on the palate to me.
Kind of sour, dude.
It's like a VSOP. I mean,
see why it's cheaper.
It doesn't even compete with some of these other
The apple
versions.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Good.
It's okay.
But, not my favorite of these.
I almost want to say it's not even in this class right now.
Yeah. Damn. I would say.
No, I'm serious, because like I'm getting a sour note. That's
I don't know.
It's like throwing it off completely.
I feel like for $100, I don't know if this is something that's worth hunting for, even for that price.
I wouldn't hunt for this.
Because it's just not.
It's funny. It's almost like it needs more time.
Yeah.
It's kind of young tasting.
It doesn't give me any like exciting flavors. It's just kind of like an
By the same token, I wonder if we let this glass sit for an hour.
Right. How much will
It
evolve?
might.
I don't know. Look, when we opened the first one, like the
was
bouquet
immediate,
was
yeah.
just like boom, it hit you. The 2, it wasn't like that, but it's still the aroma was really kind of prominent.
We should point out, for consistency's sake, these are all unopened, so we are just getting the first crack out of them,
each of
and they could change as they sit.
True.
We know that happens with bottles, and I mean, this has been sitting now for a couple minutes. I'm going to go back in and re-nose it.
Probably the least favorite, I think, out of the.
Still a little bit of ethanol in the nose.
I'm trying to think, like, what are they trying to showcase here? Because like
drinkability,
again, one is.
It's just more mild.
You're right.
Everything's more mild.
You're right.
This is a sipping one.
This is
the
the
one,
drinkability,
This
yeah.
is you're at a barbecue and I just want to sip on something. This is fantastic for that. If I want to focus on a drink and really dig into the flavors, it's not as good as the other two.
No, this is not a sipping one, man. This is just like this is background.
It's like a touch above VSOP, lower than XO for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like I would say the first one competes with XO in terms of the flavor profile. The second one, it's not XO, it's something like different, and it's more citrusy, it has more bright flowers. This one is just drinkability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink about mellow. It's chill.
Yeah.
This is the relaxing on the boat.
That's true.
Drinking.
You're right.
Just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the last one, guys. All right, pass down number 4.
number 4.
Team 4.
Now, this has a whole little card here.
Oh.
Shall I read the whole thing?
Sure.
Master Blender selection, one single batch, never to be replicated. At Maison Hennessey, cognac is not made, it is crafted. Blah, blah, blah. In 2016, the first limited release, blah, blah, blah. Let's get some info about this one. Okay, Master Selection number 4, the latest creation of Renaud Philo de Gironde. Inspired by the great outdoors, this blend is reminiscent of his time with close friends in the mountains in winter. From an invigorating stroll in the forest to the warmth of the fireplace,
Yes.
a unique moment reconnecting with nature and loved ones. This fourth creation reflects this refined yet authentic experience, a crisp and aromatic flavor with notes of fresh. Let's not read the tasting notes.
No.
Don't
Don't tell me that. All right, let's go.
Yeah, so this is a unique cognac issued
is
from a
exciting.
single batch and crafted through a hand-curated selection process. New creation from Renault, blah, blah, blah. 8th generation. Who cares?
I like the color.
Yeah, we got like a nice
Yeah, look how
purplish
dark
kind of
that
color
is.
there. Let's crack into this. Fresh crack. This is the 2019. Where's the 2020 and the 2021, Dylan? Did they stop this series?
I mean, they have this other limited edition one. Like they have like made 60 bottles. I think that kind of shifted.
Yeah.
What I liked about this was that it allowed like the common man, like myself, to get a feel for a master blender's technique and their thought process, and that's what I liked about it. I don't know if it's necessarily like superior to some of the XOs that you see in kind of the flagship ones coming out from all the different brands. I kind of mentioned the Frappan, what was it?
Frappen?
Frappen. The House Frappan's XO, for example. I think in some respects,
Well, the
it's a
color
little bit better.
on this one.
I think the We've tried the other, like the cigar blends from other releases, and that tends to be more rich, right? And it like adds to the sweetness. I'm excited to review that actually, and then pair it with a cigar. But
All right, well, how's the nose on batch 4, guys?
delicate.
Yeah, not rich.
Delicate.
Like
Not
1
rich.
and 2.
I think the depth is.
Oh, crap.
I think it's shallow. On your hands, though, dude.
I've swirled it twice.
It's all over his hands.
All over my hands twice.
Hilarious.
Can't take me anywhere.
And I am getting still some of the ethanol.
Yeah. Ethanol's kind of ruining the
Yeah.
nose. Yeah, it's not like the first two. Father and son, not quite.
Wow.
They have different approaches. That's all I would say. You guys ready to get into the palate?
Let's go.
Let's give it a taste.
Yeah. I'm getting some spice,
Oh, it's very bright.
which is nice.
But not the kind of brightness that you get in number 2.
Oh,
No.
I don't know. This is like, I get orange. And it's so weird that I'm almost getting none of the dark fruit, like the grape and the plum or the date that you typically associate with a cognac. That's actually very interesting to me. This is all brighter fruits to me.
I'm getting some spice introduced into this.
I feel like if I tasted this in a scotch, I'd say it tastes like an aged scotch. But I would say it lacks some of the traditional cognac flavors.
Notes, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think it's more in line with some of the world whiskeys. I would say it even has a little bit of American whiskey. I feel like there's a little bit of the bourbon.
This doesn't taste like cognac.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
But I really like it. I really like the
a-
palate. This is the nose, not so much. The palate is very...
actually the nose is opening up.
It's opening up
quite a bit.
It's a refreshing, very different kind of palate. I mean, if you take your mind out of cognac
Yeah.
and just brandy in general,
I think blind, I would not even say this is a cognac.
it's
You wouldn't be able to tell.
really interesting.
Maybe from the nose, but
I like it a lot. Actually, it's pretty good.
I do too. This is possibly my second favorite out of all
Yeah,
these.
this is great. I think number 4 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's unique.
Does it taste like a hike? Whatever he said it was tasting like.
yeah, I'm getting some of that, man.
I kind of am too. It's like
This
pine
earthy
tree and like,
spiciness kind of thing. Kind of
a little bit
reminding
cold
me.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of hitting the spot here.
Do you get like vegetal?
No, I'm getting like he's, walking in the woods.
Citrus, pine needles, and none of the dark cognac flavors.
Yeah.
It's all bright
There's no
and,
plum.
and fruity and really nice.
What about if I said, what about floral?
Yes, I'm getting floral.
It's more floral, right?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Most unique out of all of them in a lot of ways for me.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Well, let's stop for a
surprise.
second. Let's do a quick recap of all
Okay.
this. All right, guys. So we just tasted all 4 of these. I mean, I have 2 clear standouts. Jules.
I have one that I don't need to go back to.
Okay, Dylan. Recap.
Wait, am I going into the details?
No, just like
No, recap.
recap. Just
Yeah,
like
okay, so I would
what
say...
we just did.
I would say, I feel like the blend number 1 was like a love letter from the master distiller. It was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get you...
Okay, it's gonna take too long. Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite?
it's like, I'm not gonna give you like a 100-year-old cognac or something like that, but you know what? I'm gonna use my skills to use the batches that I have and
I'm gonna short circuit it like this one.
accentuate
and this one.
the fruit flavors that make
maybe this
Hennessey
one.
And
great.
that's exactly where I was going.
And
Because
that's
basically,
the
I would
number
move this back.
I agree.
And then go
Okay,
these
look.
3.
So that's what I would say with the number 1.
Okay.
I would say number 4 is the beginning of something quite unique from a new blender.
It's like the future.
Yeah, and this is
the past.
Yeah, and
This is the future.
I feel like maybe he's thinking, okay, like what's the younger generation? What are they gonna look for? Are they gonna look for more of the world whiskey flavor profile?
Not even
Are
that. He's like, what can I
not
do
even-
to make cognac more interesting?
Exactly.
There you go.
To bring his own
right.
expression
There
to
you
the
go.
table
Right.
that's different from what has
It's
been done.
really different,
And it is
and
different.
It's really good.
And it didn't take away, from like the heritage.
It still played homage.
Yeah,
it was like an
exactly.
homage to the past.
Yeah.
and yet
And
it
then changed.
provided something for the future.
Yep.
And
So I agree with you.
And I feel like he tried to do it with this.
Yeah.
But it really missed the mark.
Didn't- Yeah.
But he give credit where credit's due. That batch 4 is
That was
something
good.
very
That was
unique.
really good. I mean, like, number 2 still
Very good.
Yeah, there's a
Agreed.
citrus component, the bright fruits and things like that. But
But I almost
Boy,
feel like
the 1 and 4.
he took that element and kept going with it though.
Yeah.
You know?
like a variation on a theme.
Yeah.
But then he went his own way.
He's like,
found
my
his own
dad
path.
started this. I'm gonna keep going. Oh wait, I screwed up. No, I fixed it. Now I'm like
I'm my own man.
I'm my own man.
I'm my own
Prodigal son has now like recaptured the soul of Hennessy.
You know, I was but a learner, but
Now I am the master.
yeah.
I would agree. Like, okay, I wouldn't necessarily chase batch 1 for the ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you can come across it at close to the MSRP, pick it up. It's really good.
This is really opening up number 4.
Batch 2's excellent. Batch 3 is the only one I would say skip. Batch 4,
Chase after, dude.
Oh, man.
Reasonable price.
let's see. It's
Right?
been opening
It's still
up.
Still available,
100?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's very enjoyable.
$200. But here's the question, though.
I think bourbon drinkers would like this.
No, they would like it. But here's the thing.
It's like orange
Man,
soda.
you cannot tell
like orange
it's a
soda.
freaking cognac, dude.
But,
Yeah.
but here's the
you can
thing. For, let's say,
so
$200, wouldn't you just grab the XO?
This is so different. Batch 4, okay, I would agree with you with batch 1 and 2, and that's why I'm kind of thinking batch 4 might be my favorite,
different.
this is completely different than the
Yeah,
XO.
it's such a different experience.
It's not that rich, dark fruit. This is bright, it's lively, it's a completely different experience.
It's worth the pick just because of
I-
how different it is.
I might go out on a limb and say that I like this better than the XO.
Yeah. I get why.
No way.
Should we
I get why.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Should we grab the XO and
Yes. Yes. I wanted to try it anyway. Let's go.
try it? Let's do it. Yeah, grab it. All right, so we grabbed our Hennessey XO bottle here. Unfortunately, we are a little short today on our cognac glasses, so Jules and I are just going to be pouring it into a regular old Glencairn glass.
Good thing I keep a backup.
Dylan, of course, has a backup.
For just himself.
That sounded great. So just a little taste here of the XO. Now I'm expecting deep, dark, rich
Dark fruit.
Like number 1?
fig
dark fruit.
and plum and all that stuff. And I'm expecting it to be pretty different from the batch. Dude, God,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
come on, don't you need to let it sit for a minute?
No,
You're I don't know, it's your bottle. You can decide what to do with it,
the
but
super nose.
I guess you don't need to give it any time. So what's your expectation?
Expectation, balance, rich, dark fruits.
Dark fruits.
Traditional cognac, and then this is the bright. I think it's going to skew more toward the bright fruits, like the summer fruits and things like that. I think you're going to get the stew and the jam with the old XO, and you're not going to get a lot of that with the number 4.
I think you're probably right. Let's give it a let's give it a nose. How's the XO?
It's great. It's great.
Jammy.
Oh,
Delicious.
and I'm not getting that ethanol hit.
I'm getting a little bit of ethanol.
Really? Nothing.
Delicious.
It's smooth for me.
I don't know, man. There's something about the batch 4 that's just so bright and inviting to me. I mean, I love the XO.
You know why? It's basically, it feels more adventurous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like they said.
Yeah, literally like what he said. Seriously, if
completely
I'm
agree.
comparing these two, like, I think in a
so
blind,
delicious.
I would go to the batch 4.
All right, let's give it a taste. Let's try the XO. Oh, so dark. And
You know what I'm getting? I'm getting
dark,
I'm getting
sweet.
fruit leather.
Yeah, it's so deep.
It's fruit leather.
So much like base on this.
Delicious.
You know? They're completely different.
They are. You can't compare it.
This is all base.
But you know what? This is basically
The XO.
the XO is, or no, sorry, batch 4. It's like it's the road less traveled, and I'm ready to explore. Honestly, that's like the only way. Because here I've been here before.
The XO,
I'm getting even
Yeah.
like in the number 4. I'm getting even more of the wood. Like I can even taste the wood.
I prefer batch 4 to the XO. I really do. I mean, the XO tastes old and stuffy.
Tastes it still tastes great.
It tastes great, but the batch 4 is something so unique and refreshing.
Yeah,
and this is where
different.
cognac should be going.
Yeah.
I disagree.
I think I'm totally with Dutch.
I disagree. I
He's
think this
old
is.
school, that's why.
I think this is good for the blender series, and I can understand if they created like a parallel release that maybe accentuated these flavors. But I want the XO to be this.
I agree.
The XO needs to be this.
I'm not going to disagree with you. This should not change. This is deep, rich.
I'm not telling it to change.
And even though it's a different company, like the Louis XIII, and I'm only bringing this up because like a bunch of people, a lot of Asians, think it's the best of the best, and they're like, oh my God, I got to spend $4,000 and therefore it's fantastic.
No.
You better bleep that.
I'm not going to believe that.
Okay. Listen, you need to listen, and you gotta try other things because I think what you get with that is what we usually get with very, very high aged Scotch, in that you just have like a kind of a opening and a depth that is like an extra layer, but there is a diminishing return. There's a law of diminishing return.
I agree.
Beyond a certain age, and I think you still get those flavors.
You're getting away from the call here.
Mm-hmm.
For $200 versus like $4,000, and then this is not even. It's not even on the same track.
I know, but that's what I think is so brilliant.
Exactly.
This should never change. I agree. This needs to be.
This is tried and true. This is exactly what we're expecting.
Rich,
completely
dark fruit flavors. Right. But you know what? They can do this also, which is the bright fruit. Kind of like ecstatic and like invigorating.
Dude, adventurous
flavor.
Completely different.
It's really.
Yeah.
Can I say?
And it still pays homage.
Two ends of the spectrum, different expressions, and equally good.
You know how like in the Scotch world we talk about like the chase for the sherry bomb, right? We want that sherry bomb. I feel like if you taste this, it's like, you know what? This is not a Scotch, and yet. Like a lot of the rich, ripe fruits, you're getting that. You're getting that from this. And so I feel like if you're asking about which blend would be more kind of palatable for Scotch drinkers and bourbon drinkers, I would say it's number 4.
I agree.
It's number 4, man. Yeah. I think you drink this and you're like,
but I think it's also father and son. I mean, this is like old school. This is that's where cognac can go. Batch 4 is where cognac can go. XO is where cognac's always been and mastered and done, executed perfectly. But batch 4 is like, man, like Hennessey, come on.
What's brilliant about this is that the son put the stamp, on the family legacy. Like, he's earned his place.
Quite frankly, it was funny because like with batch 3, I was like, oh,
he lost it. He lost it.
But you know what? Yeah, he got us with batch 4, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Legit got us with batch 4.
I mean, hats off, man.
Well, guys, this has been
much fun.
Way more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
We got to go try the other cognacs and do the same thing.
Yeah, we got to do some more of this stuff. Hennessey, I really think Hennessey needs to grab onto this batch 4 thing and do something with it. And maybe some of their other expressions that we haven't tried are kind of like this.
Right.
I hope they continue down that path because I think that's something very unique, sets them apart. Any other closing thoughts, guys?
I have other drink-throughs of cognac ready to go.
Well, you guys will see that in the future. But until then, Jules, please take us out.
Tell us what you think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Either way, just let us know. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help us out, please consider joining Curiosity Private, our membership program here on YouTube. We are also on Patreon, and we are selling T-shirts. That one.
Which is a copy.
Check out the link. Right. In the description.
I mean, it's a completely original piece.
Oh, completely.
Yeah, no copyright.
And we have a podcast on all the major podcast platforms out there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious.
Bam.
How
about cognac?
I'm trying to think if
How
I
surprising.
if I see this in a regular release in other offerings.
You know what also gets me is this tastes sweeter. This tastes, I can tell they add the sugar to this one.
Especially if I'm comparing with this. Yeah.
Like the slurry thing. That one really doesn't, the batch 4 really doesn't taste like it. I mean,
Contro.
I think I would pick this.
Yeah, me too.
I think I would pick batch 4.
Frapen.